over the last couple of years, the post-production and production industry has been really afflicted by cheaper production equipment. And I say afflicted even though cheaper production equipment works for us, it does work against us because it allows for the proverbial kid in the basement to compete against established post-production players. And of course, we've seen traditional revenue sources for production drying up and distribution is moving to the internet. These things were happening anyway, but in an economic downturn that has accelerated the change and the rate of change, plus the internet has radically changed communication and fortunately for us, brought us powerful new tools for communicating. I tend to like to ask people what business that they are in, and they usually give me some answer like video production or post-production or motion graphic design or editing. And that's what you do. It's not the business that you're really in. You've got to be careful not to make either of two mistakes. One is narrowingly defining what you're doing so that you make the mistake of the railroads who thought they were in the railroad business rather than the transportation business. So when trucks and aircraft came along, the railroads were sidelined by new technologies. Well, you don't want to be in that business, so you don't want to define your business too narrowly, but you don't want to lose focus on the one thing that every person who is in business to do. And that one thing is you're in business to make money for other people. If you're not making money for other people, in other words, if you're not adding value to other people, then in fact you're not really offering them anything. People come to you, they pay you money in order to make money for themselves. And if you're not in the business of making other people money and you're not seeing your business that way, then you probably need to take a quick and fresh look at it. Back in 2008, I heard an interview on the radio here in Los Angeles about what was needed to survive in business in those currently economic situations. And the answer was that you needed to project stability and provide great value. Well, I added a third one to that. I think what you need to do is to work smarter. These 3 points do summarize what this presentation is about. You need to project stability, provide great value, and work smarter. Projecting stability is part of your brand, and I'll talk more about brand in the future, but you can focus on your experience, your business continuity. These are the things that project stability to your potential customers. It becomes part of your complete marketing mention. You know, this is not the time when you're trying to project stability. Don't talk about moving to a new office unless you're talking about moving to bigger premises. Don't change the way you're doing business. This is not the time to project anything but stability. You also need to project great value. You know, where do you provide the most value for your customers? And what business are you in? It's not, we know that you're in the business of making money for other people, but how do you display that in your business? What are the services and knowledge that you provide that define the business that you are in? And how do you convey that to your customers? These are very essential starting points, but they won't help you grow your business directly. They are underpinnings. They're things that help you decide and make up your brand. And when you're working, you need to work smarter. You need to develop and extend your skills. You need to offer more services. You need to expand into new areas and learn to work more efficiently. You know, you could partner with other businesses to offer more services. You could use potential downtime to develop and extend your skills. You could move into new geographic areas because the internet allows us to work away from our own desk for people that we've never met. I have many friends that have worked for people that they've never met and done years of production with them thanks to the internet and FedEx and UPS and the Postal Service. One important thing to keep in mind all of the time, and it worries me when I hear somebody refer to them as an avid editor, because it's the skills, not the talent, not the tools. You are not an avid editor, you're a storyteller. You're not even an editor because there may be new ways of telling stories that will use your visual storytelling skills. It's not the equipment. It's never been about the equipment, and previously the equipment was a shortcut way of indicating the level of quality that you had. Yes, you had Beta SP or you had DigiBeta or you're working in high definition, but these days the quality is a given and the price of the tools is next to nothing. So if you're focusing on the tools, you're sending the wrong message to your client.